Hello everyone, my name is Quốc Vĩ and here is my project pitch for SIT210 Embedded System Development. In this presentation, I will demonstrate the real-world problems and how my project can address those problems. Then we will have a look at the components, how my project looks like, and how the components are wired together. But more importantly, I will show you how this project works and implement it based on the real-world cases, and through these cases, the downside of this project are being revealed. Also, I have some ideas for the future development of this project based on the drawbacks. So, what is my problem? As you can see that I have limited resources on the components, and there are so many peers that already did the project ideas that came to my mind. So why not use all the sensors that I can gather? The idea is that there are two particle argon systems, and one for user to control from afar with buttons and the other one with all the sensors. And based on the button that the user presses, the second argon will know the combination of sensor to use. Thus, our whole system serves different purposes. Let's go down details. So on the first subsystem, I use the 4 sensors with a distance sensor, the photoresistor which acts as a light sensor, the temperature and humidity sensor, the sound sensor, and of course a particle argon. And this is how they are wired. So for the second subsystem, I use 3 push buttons represent the 3 cases. One LCD with I2C adapter to show what measurement of our sensors, and again a particle argon, and this is how these are wired together. The system works in the combination of 2 subsystems, and each button the user presses will lead to the different cases. So now the button 1 is pressed, our system serves as a baby care service. It's pretty straightforward that this system will protect the baby from loud noises and the overseated temperature and humidity. When the user puts the sensor subsystem next to where the baby sleeps, whenever there are loud noises or high temperature and humidity, one of the particle argon will trigger the SIT210 to send a message or email to the user. At the same time, it will also send back the measured data for the LCD to display. Next, the button 2 is pressed. The combination of sensors is the temperature and humidity sensor and light sensor. Now our system serves as a smart blind protector. It will measure the temperature and humidity of the air, and also the luminance levels. This can be configured to adapt the plant's characteristics so that there are limits. And when the measured value hit the limit, SIT210 will be triggered and the data will be sent back to the LCD display. Finally, we come to the third button. Now we use the combination of 3 sensors, distance, sound, and light sensor to create a system for students which help them in their study. The distance sensor will prevent the student from staying so close to the laptop or PC screen. The light sensor and the sound sensor measure the luminance and the noise level of the place for students to focus on their assignment without damaging their eyes and their ears. And the SIT210 and LCD work the same as the button 1 case and the button 2 case. So from now, you can already spot the hindrances of this system. One is that this project is so vulnerable to physical impacts. And 2, the system depends greatly on the Wi-Fi connection. And 3, the code implementation require optimization. And 4, the false data can lead to the false trigger of SIT210. So what is the development of my project? My idea is to create two processes to put both of the organ system inside them to avoid physical damage. Another idea is to add more alert components like buzzer and LED to notify the user in the button icon. Thirdly, to create an interface for the system. So the system Wi-Fi connection issue can be solved by connect the button icon to the user's Wi-Fi hotspot and the other one to the location Wi-Fi, which is done manually by using the user interface. So that in the end of my project. Thank you.